It's time. She's spilling the tea.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Yes, so Kim Kardashian took to social media to let people know what's happening with Kanye. She said, as many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their life who does knows how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. I've never spoken publicly about how this has affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today I feel like I should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health. Those that understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. So she wants you to know that living with bipolar disorder does not diminish or invalidate his dreams and his creative ideas, no matter how big or unobtainable they may feel to some. This is part of his genius. And as we have all witnessed, many of his dreams have actually come true.
And she's absolutely right, you know. And even though Kanye has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I don't want, anyone to act like this hasn't always been Kanye West. Exactly what she said is true. The same thing that makes him Kanye is what's got people mad at him now. He's got an album coming out Friday, a movie, a new sneaker. He wants to run for president, and he thinks he can win. So he's doing what he always does when he wants to do something, telling the whole world about it in a very grandiose, nut-ass way. But it tends to work for him most of the time.
Damon Dash is actually with Kanye right now at his Wyoming ranch, and he's saying that Kanye is not crazy. And he said people think he lost his mind just because he cried. The way he lost his mind and jumped on a jet and then jumped off the jet to come back to his 40,000-acre ranch. Yeah, I'd like to lose my mind like that. He said there's definitely people around him that love him and he's going to be all right. We are praying. We are working. People think like we are in an insane asylum, but we got an album coming out.
Yeah, and also Kanye is a crier. He cried when Virgil, became the head of Louis Vuitton. He cried when he reunited with, Kid Cudi on stage. He cried in an interview with Kendra G on WGCI. It's just so weird that we've been watching Kanye do these things all the time for years, but now when we don't agree with him, he's all of a sudden crazy.
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason why. Some of the tweets that he put out on his Instagram about his family and him trying to lock him up and all that just seems like maybe he needs some help. Maybe he needs a hug. Maybe he needs to speak to somebody. That doesn't necessarily mean crazy. It just means he's going through something right now and he needs help.
And his wife said he's bipolar.
We know he's bipolar. Or maybe they just need a marriage counselor.
But they need something. Something needs to happen. Or maybe, you know what I mean? But definitely something.
Well, Damon Dash also said people watch the rally and think he's crazy, but that's how the average person thinks. Everyone that listens to him who thinks he's crazy is not a billionaire. But some reason Elon Musk doesn't think he's crazy. I don't think he's crazy. Billionaires don't think it's crazy because he talks that Billy talk, and most people don't talk that talk. He speaks like the general to people that are generally soldiers.
Steve Jobs had one of the best quotes about crazy. Steve Jobs says the people who usually change the world are the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can do it. It's a whole thing on YouTube called The Crazy Ones. I might post that today, by the way.
All right, and Kim Kardashian's meeting with Meek was not a one-on-one meeting, just the FYI. As you know, Kanye tweeted about that they met at the Waldorf Astoria. They were joined by Clara Wu Tsai, who, as you know, she's one of the Nets, one of the, what do they call it now since you don't say ownership? What's the word you're supposed to use?
Partnership?
Rich person?
One of the boards. I don't even know.
Ballin' ass person?
Yes, for the Nets. So she was present as well. So that's
By the
it.
Way, that's just straight insecurity. That's just straight fragile ego that you thought your wife couldn't go to a hotel and have a meeting with somebody and actually handle business, as if hotels are not meeting places for a lot of people.
Right.
The Waldorf? Come on, bro. That's just
all right. Now, let's discuss Drea. She was recently doing an interview with Van Lathan, and when she was asked about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, here's what happened.
I predict that they had some sort of Bobby and Whitney love that, drove them down this Snapped-esque type of road. And I'm here for it. I like that. I want you to like me so much you shoot me in the foot too.
But as long Whoa! Wait, you what?
I want you to like me so much that if I'm trying to get out the car and you're like, no, sit your ass in the car. And I'm like, no, I'm getting out the car. No, you're not.
He shoots you in the foot.
Salute to my guy Van Lathan, though, but we got to give my man Sterling Brim. That's his podcast. That's Steelo Brim's podcast. I think it's called Wine and Weed, if I'm not mistaken. Salute to my guy Steelo. Y'all know Steelo from Ridiculousness, right?
Yes, we do.
Steelo around all the time. Yeah. That's his podcast.
What did you think, E?
I think that's a terrible thing to say. Nobody wants that. That's not love at all. I would not want that. I would never want anybody to do anything like that. And, Meg Thee Stallion's been the only thing she has said is that she doesn't like these jokes. She's seriously going through some trauma, which she will talk about when she's good and ready to talk about it. So, all you can do is say, look, we're just praying for Meg. We don't know exactly what happened. And she did respond. Meg Thee Stallion took to Twitter and said, and F all the whole ass N-words making jokes about it too. I'll talk about Ish when I get ready. Dumb bitch, that Ish ain't effing funny. Who the F jokes about getting shot by an N-word? And by the way, Drea did apologize after that, just as a FYI. She did say that she was sorry and that she should not have made a joke about that.
I feel sorry for anyone dealing with trauma in the social media era. You can never properly heal if you keep checking your mentions. And what Drea said was stupid. And the sad part about that is, if God forbid a man ever violently attacks Drea, she will get no sympathy from social media. In fact, they will be on there saying, "Oh, that's what you wanted. That's what you wish for. That's what you like, right?" So, yeah.
Well, Drea said it was a prediction, guys. I have no idea what really happened, and I hope nothing but the best for both of them. And I really shouldn't have been joking about it. It's a foul for me. I truly don't glorify domestic violence. I was trying to say just love me deeply, but while trying to be funny, I offended many, including Meg, and I'm sorry.
She knew that in the moment. Okay, by the way, that's a pre-tape podcast. That could have been edited as well. She could have asked to got that taken out. It's not like Van didn't correct her in the moment. So she knew it was wrong. Van told her they're going to light your ass up. It's going to go viral. She wanted that out there. She got what she wanted.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.